This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, and after spending a week with it, I have to say, this is a pretty awesome piece of tech. This is actually the first foldable that I've personally ever owned, and I've used some of the earlier models before, and I'll be honest, I've had complaints with those. But the Z Fold 7, this has made a lot of improvements that have resolved my frustrations. So in this video, I'm going to walk through what it's actually been like using the Z Fold 7 day to day. We'll talk design, display, performance, gaming, battery life, cameras, and at the end, I'll break down who I think this phone is really for and whether you should be checking it out. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start with the design and build quality of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 because you can see that Samsung's commitment to improving the foldable experience here. First, the colors. The phone comes in jet black, blue shadow, silver shadow, and an online exclusive mint. You can see that I obviously went with the blue shadow, and this is an incredible choice. The Z Fold 7 is Samsung's thinnest, slimmest, and lightest foldable yet. When folded, it measures 8.9 millimeters thick, which is a significant reduction compared to the Z Fold 6's 12.1 millimeters. Unfolded, it's just 4.2 millimeters thin, making it Samsung's thinnest foldable phone you can buy. The weight has also been reduced to 215 grams, which is down from the Z Fold 6's 239, and it's even 3 grams lighter than the S25 Ultra. As for durability, Samsung has made some key upgrades. The cover screen now uses Corning Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2, and the back is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. The frame is also more durable thanks to the advanced Armor aluminum, and its Armor Flex hinge is strengthened to protect the fold and unfolds. Samsung boasts that the hinge is rated for a lifetime of 500,000 folds. The result is a phone that feels incredibly premium, but without the bulk and heft that has been associated with foldable technology in the past. I think this is a huge step forward in making a foldable feel like a normal phone. Now let's talk about the screens because this right here is the star of the show. On the front, you've got a 6.5-inch cover display, which is up from 6.3 inches on the Fold 6. It's a 2520 by 1080 Full HD Plus dynamic AMOLED panel with up to 120 Hz refresh rate and a peak brightness of up to 2600 nits. Now, I've got to be honest, one of my biggest complaints with the past Fold models has been how narrow the front screen was. It always felt cramped and awkward to use to me, like it was just barely there to hold you over until you unfolded it. But with the Fold 7, for me, the issue's finally been addressed. The wider cover display feels more natural now. I can actually use the phone fully when it's closed, texting, scrolling, normal phone use, and this doesn't feel like a compromise anymore. But of course, if you're buying a foldable, a big reason is the main display. Opening it up, you're looking at an 8-inch Quad XGA Plus dynamic AMOLED display, resolution up to 2184 by 1968, and again, you have that 120 Hz refresh rate. This thing is gorgeous. Whether I'm multitasking, watching videos, reading, or gaming, this experience is just next level. Personally, the larger screen has come in clutch when watching video on the treadmill. There's just so much usable space here. It feels like a mini tablet that just fits in your pocket. The display setup alone might be reason enough to go with the Fold. And the reason that we're getting such solid performance, especially when using this massive main screen, is because of the hardware. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. This enhances the performance of everything you do on the phone. For storage options, you have 256, 512, and 1 terabyte. If you cop this during the pre-order period like I did, you were lucky enough to get the 512 gig version for the price of the 256. The 256 and 512 models come with 12 gigabytes of RAM, and then the 1 terabyte version comes with 16 gigs of RAM. And then as for software, the Z Fold 7 comes stock with One UI 8. If you're already familiar with One UI, you're going to feel right at home with the Z Fold 7. Overall, the performance has been rock solid for me with no lags or stutters in my time using it. This thing is truly a powerhouse. And gaming, I can't forget gaming because gaming on this screen is a dream. It doesn't matter if you're running native mobile games or cloud gaming through services like GeForce Now or Xbox Cloud Gaming. The Z Fold7 handles them all without problem. The combination of the powerful Snapdragon processor, this large 8-inch main display, and the 120Hz refresh rate makes gaming an incredible experience. Games look sharp, they run smooth, and this immersive display really pulls you in. Honestly, the Z Fold7 might be a gamer's dream phone. Now, let's talk battery life, which is one thing that hasn't changed since the Z Fold 6. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 still has the same 4400 milliamp hour battery as its predecessor, with 25-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging. And while the specs may be the same, for me, this is more than enough. For the past week of use, I've been consistently getting between 5 to 8 hours of screen on time, and I still have charge left at the end of the day. Of course, everyone's usage varies, but for my typical day, the battery life has been solid. Now, we do see a big improvement in the cameras this year, and while I'm not really a camera guy, I can at least give you the facts. For the first time on a Galaxy Z Fold, you're getting a 200 megapixel main sensor. Our full setup here is the 200 megapixel primary camera, our 10 megapixel telephoto lens, 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, and you have two 10 megapixel selfie cameras, one on the inside and one on the cover display. But ultimately, cameras aren't a make or break it for me when it comes to a phone, but what we have here has been more than good enough for how I use it. Now, as I've already said, this is an amazing piece of technology, but it brings up the big question: who is the Galaxy Z Fold 7 really for? This is for the person that wants something new and something cool. It's for the multitaskers or anyone who's wanted a foldable. The cover display is finally big enough to feel like a normal phone. I can do anything I need when it's closed, and then when I want more space, I just open it up and boom, I've got a tablet-sized display that fits in my pocket. This is the best of both worlds, an overall powerful phone sporting two gorgeous OLED displays packaged in a slim profile. But here's the problem. This is expensive, like over $2,000 expensive. And as cool as it is, I'm not sure if that tech alone fully justifies the price for most people. It's this high price that keeps foldables more of a niche luxury, not mainstream as of yet. So if you're not planning to really use that main display for work, media, multitasking, whatever, or if you just don't care about having a phone that turns into a tablet, then honestly, I don't think it's worth the price. But if you can score a good deal, maybe with the trade-in, and this kind of device excites you, then I definitely don't think you'll regret it. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is one of the most impressive pieces of hardware that I've ever used. It's not perfect, and it's definitely not cheap, but it feels like the future is here, and this actually works. I'd love to hear your thoughts though. Are you rocking the Z Fold 7? Are you thinking of upgrading? Do you have a previous foldable? What's your experience been like? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I got more tech and gaming content coming soon. Catch you in the next one.